We want to welcome everybody here with us on the weekend service and our special guest, Tony Dungy. Tony, we can't thank you enough for being a part of our weekend service and taking the time to be with us.
Well, thank you, Pastor. It's great to be with you.
Yeah, it's a special weekend for us here at Northside, and not only to be able to have Tony on video, but also to deal with the topic of being content in our generosity series. And Tony, you've been through a lot in your life and accomplished a lot, and to read your book and to go through the whole uncommon story that God has created in your life, and you to share your faith in that way has been just a blessing for so many people. But could you maybe just share some thoughts on your heart of how God has helped you be able to come to a point of contentment in your life, no matter whether you're winning or losing or what might be going on?
Well, I think the Lord did use athletics for me to teach me that lesson. Because in sports you have some great victories and you're excited and you're fired up, and you have some losses that give you disappointments and times when you're not feeling as well. And if you let yourself bounce up and down all the time, hey, we win, I feel great, we lose, I feel terrible, you're just on a roller coaster. And so I had to learn that I was the same person whether we won or whether we lost, and not to feel too exalted or too high when we won, and not to feel too disappointed when we lost. And through the course of some of those seasons, I think that's what really taught me. And then I was able to carry that over into other areas off the field, just personal life, that you could be content.
Yeah. I remember I saw you a couple of months or so on David Letterman, and it was neat just to sit back and from my perspective, and to just be honest, us believers, we're just so proud of you, and so thankful.
Thank you. And then that's another thing. The Lord's allowed me. He's given me some great platforms and venues like that to go on television in a secular setting and kind of explain just what we're talking about. Hey, I feel like I've been blessed by the Lord, but nothing special. I'm proud of what we've accomplished, but feeling like it's God and not me. And that allows you not to get too proud when things are going well, and not to be disappointed when things aren't going as well.
Keeps you a good balance.
Keeps you balanced.
I noticed in that interview, though, you were so comfortable, and even just saying that you and your wife were just talking to the Lord the other night, and I don't think I'd heard that on Letterman before. So.
Well, and people don't believe you when you say that. I know for the last couple of years I'd contemplated retiring, and people, when are you going to make your decision? And it's, my wife and I were going to pray about it for a couple of weeks after, and just try to see what the Lord is saying. And well, tell us the real story. Tell us the real answer. And you have to say that is the real answer. That's what we're going to do. And I think eventually people respected that.
I think so. From the standpoint of that being content, and I think that's such good advice for us to trust the Lord in every situation, not let the highs take us where they don't need to go, or the lows take us. How has He maybe personally just been with you in the high times and in the very difficult times?
I think my wife, number one, has allowed me to, when we do have great things that happen, to stay thankful and say, what, we've really got to thank the Lord for this. This is a tremendous blessing. And she's been a big reminder that way. And then just having so many other Christian friends around, when you do have those disappointments, having someone to call and say, hey, just want to encourage you. You're still doing a great job. You're still being faithful to the Lord. And I think Christian friends, Christian people around you is what keeps you grounded.
Yeah, God really speaks through His Word, through His Spirit, but through His people.
Through His people so much, and that's where I think we as a Christian family have to understand that, one of our brothers or sisters, they're going to get encouragement from the Bible, but God is still going to use us to help in those situations too.
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank you for sharing with us this weekend. I know we got a lot to take care of tonight, and don't want to keep you from all that. But just on behalf of Northside, thank you for just listening to God and being such a faithful servant and preaching to thousands and thousands of people, whether you were on the sidelines or now whether you get a chance to speak to some other folks.
Well, thank you, Pastor, and thank you for opening up your facility for this event. I think it's going to be a great ministry to not only people in the church, but people outside our church here.
God bless you.
Amen.
Tony, thank you so much.